Witcher 3 Wild Hunt P. We're tying up loose ends, and I'm on call, close to having to go into work, so I got to be at work at between 12 or 2, and it's 10 o'clock, so hour and a half in game time here. So without further ado, let's get started. By the way, Mandrake Cordial. That was the last thing I wanted to find. Looks like there's a merchant in Hierarch Square that sells them.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
Apparently, there are 2 merchants in Velen that sell Mandrake Cordial as well. So, I don't remember where I left off. If I'm in Novigrad, which I think I might be, we'll just go ahead and try to find this Novigrad merchant. There's also a guy in Skellige that sells it too. So good, we have options. It's a good thing. Cleaver's goons getting destroyed. We'll put a marker in Hierarch Square. And oh man, that's amazing. Did not see the quest log filled up. So we're gonna track final preparations.
Honor in the fatherland.
You all just get off my back.
I think this merchant is supposed to be right here. Let's go ahead and wait, meditate till 8 a.m.
Whosoever conceals a mage in their home shall burn alongside him or her. What was it? Happened to Foltest again?
And I'll be damned, this merchant is not here, guys.
The thinking customer will see right away there a land where I might find more of your kind.
Alright, well, let's try the alternative, which is to go to the end of the crossroads. Oh, man.
bow them mines until the wenches for
See, you're a man well travelled, so tell me. Beat me wench once.
Lay
Geralt
me
Tarth.
down with
Thanks for
barrel of
everything.
beer. My right hand, and over me coffin, sing this cheer.
Alright, where is this jackass?
Some of them as mammons throwing drakes, pikes, oh, and bats.
What do you say we flog some hick? Yeah, for kicks and giggles.
He is located in the inn at the Crossroads Waypoint.
Remember the times you barely pierced the thicket and hear the chatter, see as many folk.
Finally.
Lay me down with a barrel of beer and a cup in my right hand, and over me coffin, sing this cheer.
Wouldn't mind a drink.
I think
Show
I've
me what
talked to
you
this
got.
guy already. Yeah. Okay, so this is this outdated information? Alright, we're gonna try Velen, and if not, then we're gonna try Skellige. This is annoying, man. Not, excuse me, Crow's Perch. I'm in Velen.
That's Charles. Where's the coin? Won't mind if we check, will you? Me? War or drink?
Spot. Like to take a look.
Yes!
Farewell.
The ladies for me, Andy.
This be the witch. Breaking her to burn the pants. More interesting things for life.
Not at all.
There's another merchant up here. I might as well just buy them all out, really. He's right below the armorsmith and the grindstone. This guy. Quartermaster.
Fancy again.
Show me what.
There's some. And apparently,
See ya.
the city of Harviken in Skellige is the other merchant that harbors Mandrake Cordial. But you know what? Let's see what we can make. We can make a lot of white gold. What am I missing for this? Rubido? Rubido? And Albedo. Superior Beast Oil. Now I need a cockatrice stomach for that. Quaybirth, Keybirth. Good morning, Cars Jam. Cars Jam. And now I need some more K-Birth or whatever the heck it is. Quebirth. Quebirth. And that's it for White Gull. Rebus. So let's pick up some Rebus and Keybirth. This stuff, man. I'm probably gonna have to go to Skellige for sure to get more Mandrake Cordial. Look at this. I'm out of Verbena. Okay, so what do I want here? Either Black Blood or Blizzard. I'll go with Black Blood. Alright, so what do we need for Maribor Forest? Vermilion. Let's see if we can get that. Sure, man. Oh, I can't make Vermilion. Well, damn. That sucks. Vermilion for White Rapper's Decoction. Vitriol. Let's see if I can make some Vitriol. It seems like I think haven't you been in the stream before? Like, your name looks familiar, man. So Rebus and Vermilion, I don't think I can make either one of those. Rebus, Vermilion, and K-Birth. Rebus, Vermilion, and K-Birth. I think I have a limiting reagent there that I don't have. Rebus, yeah. And it's, well, for one thing, it's White Gull and Verbena. So we can move on. We don't have to do this. This is just I was just trying to catch up on alchemy here. I really kind of want to push the story forward anyways. And I don't have a whole lot of time. Okay, so final preparations. Let's go talk to... I don't know. I guess we'll talk to Triss or Avalaki. It doesn't really matter. You do not what? Like, are you trying to say you haven't been in the stream before? Because it may be the case that you haven't been. It's just your name looks familiar for some reason. Maybe I saw somebody that had a name that used the same letters as yours. To accept you as friend, I have to exit the game, don't I?
I serve the eternal fire. These days, hair-brained, all of them.
All right, there we go. Where's Avalok? Oh, crap, is Triss.
Greetings, Triss.
Have you lost your mind? You went after Imlerith by yourselves? To the Sabbath? How could you put Ciri in danger?
Come on, we came out of it fine. Can't say the same for Imlerith.
That's the sole comfort I find in this, but it's no justification. You know what might have happened?
But it didn't. I was there, had the situation under control. Mind if we change the subject? Past burning pyres on the way into town, non-humans on them.
Things grow worse by the day. No mages left in the city, so the hunters had to find someone else to victimize. We need to resolve everything as quickly as possible and leave Novigrad.
Any success with the Lodge? Anyone out there willing to help?
It doesn't look good. Ida outright refused, while Francesca won't budge from her little realm with a war raging. We don't know about Fringilla. Haven't been able to contact her.
Fringilla.
And the others? Kira, Margarita, Philippa?
Kira? I thought you, of all people, would know.
Few can refuse a sorceress, and Kira Metz certainly had her ways, but when she demanded the Mage Alexander's notes, I had to turn her down. Kira needed that, as she needed the impetus to start anew. She found it where she least expected to. Years later, known for discovering the cure for the Catriona plague, she was thankful none remembered her time in hiding as a village witch. I've seen worse matches. Hope things work out for them.
I hope they work out for us, and we actually find Philippa and Rita.
Know where they are?
Yennefer's looking into Rita's whereabouts. I have to figure out where Philippa is.
Haven't I ran into one of these mages earlier in the game? Seems like I remember whenever I was helping Vernon Roche. Seems like I went to... There was a mention of Philippa or quest that had something to do with her. Anyways, we'll see.
Know what Yen's found out?
You'll need to ask her. I've been busy trying to find Philippa.
So, learn anything?
A few things that could be interesting. Prefer the long version or the short?
Let's get the long version.
Tell me everything. I want the details.
After fleeing Loch Muin, Philippa ended up here in Novigrad. She sought help from her former lover, the sorcerer Arthur de Vlister.
Philippa and a former lover? Something tells me happily ever after is not how that story ends.
Philippa had made a fool of him once. Arthur was out for revenge. He convinced her she'd be safest as an owl. She transformed, and he placed a Daimeridian band on her leg. The mage hunt started shortly afterwards. Sadly, Arthur fell victim. They auctioned off his happened. A certain dwarven acquaintance of ours stumbled on the auction.
Zoltan. Huh. So Philippa was here under our noses the whole time?
Was, precisely. Zoltan lost her in a card game a few days ago.
Oh crap, I think I remember that quest, trying to get Zoltan to get his card back.
Kidding, right?
Sadly, no. A man showed up here, fleeced Zoltan bare, then proposed they play for
Yep.
the owl. Naturally, he won, then politely thanked Zoltan for the game and left.
Who was it? Know where he lives?
He's not from here. No one knows him.
Great. We got any leads?
We have this.
That Philippa the Owl's feather? Thinking divination?
Specifically hydromancy, and a form of sortilege. We need a fountain where we won't be disturbed.
One
Let's do
outside
it.
the Passiflora could work.
Good idea. Let's go. We're here.
Nice and quiet. Shouldn't be any disturbances.
Let's begin. Observe the water's surface carefully. Can't let anything go unnoticed.
Graham et thuir, Robert Mekele, Alvelte. Graham et thuir, Deagnis Kerle, es Pirshena a es Claes.
Looks familiar. The bathhouse. I know
Siggy
the place.
Reuben.
Dijkstra. He has her. At his bathhouse. Might have guessed as much. Was that the past or the future?
The recent past. We have to hurry.
Let's go to the bathhouse. Might not be too late.
Come on.
Got a character log entry for Philippa Eilhart. Thanks to her mastery of the difficult art of polymorphy, Philippa had been able to evade her pursuers by transforming into an owl. Then she had holed up in a hideout outside of Novigrad to wait out the worst. Imagine our surprise when we learned that Philippa had been right under our noses the whole time. During her flight from her pursuers, she had sought shelter with an old lover and fellow mage. He must have still borne a grudge, however, for he tricked her and imprisoned her in her owl form. After the witch hunters carted him off, his house was plundered and the owl wound up in the hands of our dear friend Zoltan. See, I kind of remember that vaguely. Sadly, Triss discovered this right after Zoltan had lost the owl in a game of cards, meaning our search had to continue. Philippa's new owner was Dijkstra. Was it a coincidence that she was now in the hands of her spurned ex-lover and hated enemy? Triss certainly didn't think so, instead suspecting the former spy had woven a Gwent-centered web of subterfuge in order to settle some old scores. Whoa, Triss! Pushing me away. Blindingly obvious. Go to the bathhouse with Triss. Triss returned to Novigrad after leaving Kaer Morhen with one goal: to find Philippa Eilhart. Soon after, she made a shocking discovery. Philippa had been right under our very noses the whole time. Turned into an owl by some malicious spell, she then wound up in the hands of Zoltan, who, ignorant of his new pet's true identity, strived to make of her a replacement for his former foul-mouthed parrot companion, Field Marshal Duda. Triss was not the only one to uncover Philippa's whereabouts, however. Coming to that conclusion slightly before her was Dijkstra, who shared with Philippa the strongest bond possible. Love turned to seething hate. The one-time spy and current mafia boss had captured Philippa and imprisoned her in his bathhouse. Triss and Geralt knew they must hurry. It was clear that Dijkstra had not gone through all this trouble to chat with Philippa about old times. Vengeance was more likely on his agenda. Vengeance for breaking his heart and daring to plot against him.
I hope we get there in time. I hope Dijkstra hasn't already hurt her.
The possibilities are many. Could be Dijkstra that got hurt.
Not likely. Dijkstra never forgave her for sending assassins after him. And Philip is weakened, no doubt about it.
Weakened, maybe, but still a powerful sorceress. If Dijkstra's men take the Dimeridium off, Philippa will kill them before they can say, oh shit.
Watch out!
Guess they underestimated Philippa.
You were right. She must have chosen strong magic.
Surrender! This place is a maze, witch! You'll never get out! Goddamn fools! After her!
We'll handle this.
Oh no, no, no! The sorceress stays here!
We're going together.
Not a chance.
It's fine, Geralt. I'll stay, in case she tries to flee this way.
Fine. Be right back.
Well, get going.
Damn, she cast a spell on them.
How do you like that silver?
Wait.
I am your master now. You're to protect me, understood? Stand here and let no one pass.
None pass go. Witcher, no past go. Bertie, birdie, no say.
Damn it, cast a spell on him too. She's hurt. Did you see that? I want to help her.
Birdie, no past go say. But no let past go.
Ever had a stomach ache?
Ache? Aye. But once old drowner eat.
Her stomach aches like she just ate 100 old drowners.
But no want. Drowner make ache very bad.
Let me pass. I can help her.
But let past go. Witcher help. Go.
I want to help you.
Help me die? Don't hold your breath.
I'm not out to hurt you.
Bollocks! You will not take me.
I want to help you.
Ha! Forgive me, but I just don't believe you. What's happened? So quiet all of a sudden.
Stop squirming. If I wanted to kill you, you'd be long dead by now.
What do you want? To torment me? To watch others do so?
I need your help.
Betray me, and I will.
Relax. Not planning on it. Triss is outside. She'll explain everything.
Deepest apologies, but the lady will come with me.
Dijkstra, I don't have time for this. Get out of my way.
I've no quarrel with you, Geralt, but Phil and I have lots to talk about. Remember the assassins you sent after me, darling Phil? A grave error. Such matters ought to be handled personally, as I will now demonstrate.
I remember you, little Bond, but this is no time for a lover's quarrel.
But it's an excellent time to settle a score. Philippa will come with me and answer for all the courtesies she's paid me.
Tell you what the Emperor is after if you let us go.
Always knew the value of information, Dijkstra.
Which is why I don't believe you have anything I don't already know.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard wasn't able to sway the Trade Corporation.
Opposition nibbling at his arse, eh? Seems the White Flame won't dance on the graves of his foes much longer.
His daughter has returned. The Emperor wants to abdicate, give her the throne.
Cirilla? Impossible. This could shift the tide of war. Provided, of course, you're not mistaken.
Emperor himself told me. So, information's firsthand.
Emir's a lying whore.
When it comes to his daughter's future, doubt it.
You've no idea of the importance of this information. A change on the Imperial throne could bring the war to an end. Radovid's sure to be delighted. If Emir sounds the retreat, there'll be no force left that could possibly stop that madman. Especially in light of our bloody aborted plan.
You didn't actually believe you could do it. Radovid's crazy, but he's no idiot. Knows all too well there are dozens out there who'd...
Silence.
Do I understand you correctly? You want to kill Radovid? Well, Siggy, I am impressed. Doubted you still had it in you, frankly. Sadly, as you well know, Radovid has sought refuge on his boat. He's guarded so closely, I'd not be at all surprised to learn he shares his bed each night with 2 sentries.
You know too much, Phil. Yet one more reason why you must die.
Think you might want to hear her out. Dare say Philippa despises Radovid at least as much as you do.
I'm content someone apart from myself has finally gotten the idea to rid the world of the degenerate.
Save your praise for others. I couldn't give a shit.
Currently, only 2 individuals stand to draw Radovid off his boat. Emir and myself.
You'd agree to be the bait?
I fear you'd be hard-pressed to convince Emir to dangle himself as such.
Fat fucking chance. Geralt, I wouldn't trust this cunt to hard-boil my eggs.
Rightly so, I'm terrible with eggs. But think on this. Radovid hears that you've captured me. Will he not throw caution to the wind? Will he not jump at the chance to kill me, personally, with his bare hands?
Out of the question. Geralt, get her out of here before I burst her testicle. And then we must meet with our friends. I've leased a warehouse port side. Be sure to come.
I can't believe, like, she was in love with that fat ass.
Sorry to take so long, but I had to deal with the guards.
Hello, Triss.
Philip, are you alright?
I've been better.
I'll get you out of here.
Gonna be alright?
Yeah. Thanks for your help.
We got a character entry for Dijkstra. Dijkstra opposed the Mage Hunt sweeping the city, but for Philippa Eilhart, he was willing to make an exception. He had never forgiven his one-time friend for betraying and then trying to kill him. Unfortunately, Geralt needed Philippa alive and knew how to free her. Though Dijkstra craved vengeance, he was willing to resign from his plans in return for valuable information. Anyone who thought Dijkstra had broken all ties with the world of political schemers and plotters was sorely mistaken. His great comeback was to be a patriotic act that would free Redania from the rule of a madman, the assassination of King Radovid. Quest updated the soldier statuette. Talked to Triss about the statuette. While visiting an accountant by the name of Cesar Bilzen, Geralt snitched a soldier figurine from his host's collection. While I usually deplore such acts of petty larceny as bad manners to say the least, this time it led to quite the interesting series of events, so I'm prepared to let it slide. The statuette you see emanated magic, and our Witcher sensed it might be tied to something of prime importance, so he decided to show it to Triss. I'm thinking this is the quest right here that that I was talking about. That had something to do with Philippa. I think I was looting a mage's mansion or something to that effect, and I picked up these items. Quest updated final preparations. Alright, so let's go talk to Triss. Blindingly obvious and reason of state. It is frightening to think how this story might have ended had Triss and Geralt not arrived at the bathhouse in the nick of time. A Dimeritium collar had kept Philippa trapped in an owl form, but somehow she had managed to free herself from it, revert to her true self, overcome her guards, and start tearing the bathhouse apart. Dodging her furious blast, Geralt was finally able to corner her and convince her he and Triss did not want to harm her. In fact, they needed her help. Though Dykstra was vehemently opposed to letting the sorceress go, he ultimately realized resistance was futile in the face of Geralt's ironclad logic. And so Philippa Eilhart regained her freedom and joined the offensive against Eredin and his Red Riders. Okay. Wow. How far away is, well, she's still within the walls of Novigrad, so that's not too bad. Hey, Carcinogen, are you still in the stream? I got a moment there to go outside and look at the image that you sent me. I'm just trying to understand, what are you trying to show me where a merchant is that sells white gold, not white gold, mandrake cordial? Because that will be a huge help. Excellent. There's Triss.
Yes, Geralt?
You, holding up all right?
It'll be a hard slog for everyone.
You know what I mean.
What am I supposed to say? I mean, I knew you and Yennefer. You'd end up back together. It was a lost cause. Always.
I guess so. I just don't want you to...
Can we not dwell on it? I need to focus on other things now.
Right. Understood. Look what I picked up.
Come on, we have to decompress him.
I think it's a soldier.
We'll know soon enough. Come with me. I know a place where the walls don't have ears.
This is very similar to a quest I did earlier. I think she decompressed like a Nilfgaardian noble or something. I had a figurine
Everything's ready. Let's
Very
get
similar.
to work.
Let's try to decompress this one. Anything I can do to help?
Yes, be quiet and try not to disturb me.
In allen dwana ar ice.
Verder and the Kerzer! Who are you? What am I doing here? Es a bond.
Who are you? What's the last thing you remember?
I remember a hill. A battle. I had orders for a unit. I remember a sorceress. Her hair like flames.
Triss?
She cast a spell. The right flank was to attack. Hit the shield bearers.
The right flank didn't attack, and the sorceress was Lyda Nade, known also as Coral. I was there too. This happened long ago.
You're exhausted. Always happens with compression. Get some rest.
Yes, I should.
Once you've recovered a bit, you should find Ambassador Var-Atra. He's sure to help. Good luck.
That was interesting.
And exhausting. Oh, to fall onto a feather bed and sleep till... well, till I woke.
Okay, so... what did that do? Soldier statuette. See, there's the nobleman statuette. The Witcher's premonition was, well, if not exactly right, still worth having followed. Triss cast a decompression spell on the figurine and it transformed into a living, breathing human. To be precise, it turned out into a Nilfgaardian soldier, whom the sorceress Coral had transfigured in the midst of a battle many years ago. Nothing of prime importance per se, but quite interesting nonetheless. So I guess it was just like a little quest for a little bit of flavor. Okay, so let's talk to Avallac'h.
Thanks for your help, Geralt. We'd not have nabbed the
I have a book right here. Okay.
Need a hanky? Gotta admit, never expected this of you.
You humans have unusual tastes. How did you fare on Bald Mountain?
Need to ask? You're a sage.
I ask as a courtesy. A concept you clearly forgot when you left without uttering a word.
Ciri was in a hurry.
I know, so she wrote in her letter. But that is not my concern. You eliminated Imlerith adeptly. So adeptly, you might say you inspired me.
Skip the guessing games. I'm tired.
The loss of one of his great generals has weakened Eredin significantly. 2 others remain.
How do we get rid of them?
Caranthir is a loyalist, but Gels, that is another story. He was a devoted follower of our former king. And as it happens, Eredin poisoned our beloved ruler.
How do you know? Or are you bluffing?
Eredin made sure very few individuals knew of his betrayal. Most are now dead.
Didn't answer my question.
How matters not. What matters is, I know. And I have an idea how to use this knowledge.
Fine. So what do you propose?
Why, to bring Gels here. Show him the truth of what happened.
Fabulous plan. If we only knew where to find him.
We do. In the land of the NL.
Land of the NL?
You don't recall. After all, you did travel with Eredin for some time. The land of the Elder Folk. The world where we arrived centuries ago. A world that is now our home. The Red Riders come from there. And it is there where we will find Gels.
Think you're forgetting something. You and Ciri might know how to travel between worlds, but me? Not so much.
You clearly know there are many other worlds apart from the one where we now stand. They're linked by passages, hidden gateways that afford travel from one world to another. Of course, few know of these gateways. Even fewer can locate them.
Elven sages, for example?
For example. One such passage will open soon near where we are, fortuitously enough. Between this noble edifice and the butcher's yard. That's our chance. Shall we go?
Let's go. This house. Supposed to drive a godling from here.
Supposed to?
Decided it was harmless.
Gils. Intelligent, composed, and endowed with massive charisma, Gils enjoyed the respect and trust of the inhabitants of the NL world, as well as that of their previous ruler, Oberon Morsetag. For this reason, Gils not only retained his high-ranking position after Eredin took power, but also became one of the new king's most powerful allies, acting as his viceroy while Eredin traveled at the head of the Wild Hunt. Though Gils was one of the most influential of the Ainel power, had never been among his driving aims. According to Avallac'h, his loyalty and sense of right and wrong constituted a weakness that could be used, possibly to tip the scales of the final battle. Drawing on his knowledge of internal NL politics and the strengths and weaknesses of the Wild Hunt's commanders, Avallac'h crafted a plan to eliminate one of Eredin's most powerful allies, his master of manipulation, Gils. In order to accomplish this, Avallac'h was willing to do anything, even risk a dangerous journey to Tir Nalia. Through time and space, follow Avallac'h. News that Ciri and Geralt had defeated and killed Imlerith reached Avallac'h, and how this happened exactly, save perhaps that quickly learning of such things is the very essence of being a sage. At any rate, a wild notion possessed him. What if they could now sway Gils, one of Eredin's most powerful allies? What if they could bring him over to their side? A key general and advisor, Gils was the individual Eredin relied on for reinforcements. For his plan to work, he would need a dreamer, so Triss pointed him towards Corrine Tilly in Novigrad. Thus, by the time Geralt and Ciri rode into town, everything had been arranged. Now all they needed was Gilles. To reach him, Avallac'h and Geralt would need to travel to the land of Ain El, a voyage that would involve interdimensional travel, which in turn meant a whole lot of teleporting. Geralt vomited a little in his mouth and prepared to face the music. Oh wait, he went down.
The passage is here, past this wall. The passage is here, past this wall. This is the place. Once we enter, there'll be no returning until we reach Gels. Ready?
Yes, let's go.
Remember, wherever you land, search for a place that looks like this one. We shall meet sooner or later.
Mean we'll be separated?
It's possible. I lack your ward's talent. Zirel is the lady of time and space. I merely know how to use this arcane knowledge to a limited degree. It's time.
Where are we?
Welcome to the Daidaret Desert.
This somewhere in our world?
Ever seen such canyons in your world? Come, we must go.
And why am I encumbered all of a sudden?
What is this place?
A very old world, thoroughly raped and destroyed.
Anything live here?
Mainly desert creatures, able to survive months on end without water. Oh, and large sand crabs beneath the surface.
That's good to know.
We must be careful they don't sense us.
And before? Were there any people? Or elves?
Do you believe humanoids have a monopoly on destroying worlds?
So what did live here? Sentient monsters of some sort?
Look at those cliffs. Remind you of anything?
Look a bit like the bed of a giant river.
Or the bottom of a sea.
Mean there were water creatures here once?
No creatures. Merely a sea.
Trying to say
that there are many different worlds and even more forms of life. Many of them intelligent, much more so in fact than you humans. But as it turns out, not even that could stop them from exhausting all the resources of their world. To the last drop. The portal.
Looks more like a ruin.
Appearances can be deceiving.
So what are we waiting for?
For it to open. Shouldn't take but a few moments.
What's going on?
The sand crabs have sensed our presence.
Wonderful.
Them all. As soon as the portal opens, you must jump in after me. Three, 2, 1. Very
Avallac'h?
Oh, that's great. We didn't end up in the same freaking world. An unpleasant surprise was in store for Geralt after he departed the Didawicht desert. Avallac'h was no longer with him. The sage had warned him that something of the sort might happen. But Geralt had quietly hoped this would not be the case. His hopes had been misplaced, and now the Witcher would have to stumble blindly and alone as he searched for the passage to the next world.
There it is. Vapors don't look terribly inviting. Damn it, gotta hold my breath.
Son of a bitch.
Longer and I'd have suffocated. Should avoid those clouds, or bolt through them. Place of power. Should draw from it.
Really?
Cold. Freeze to death if I don't hide somewhere. Then I gotta find that next passage quick.
Oh, crap.
If I can just find cover along the way, I should make it to the passage. In a place like this, someone must have lit it. With any luck, it was a certain grouchy elven sage. The snow's up to the rooftops. Wonder how long this blizzard's been blowing.
Traveler's notes. The worst part, the all-encompassing quiet. It seems there is not a living soul around, only snow, snow, everything snow as far as the eye can see. Though sometimes we find people still alive in their homes. Everyone is hungry, everyone is frozen to the bone, but no one refuses to help. They let us warm themselves by their fire and regain some strength before we move on towards the lighthouse. They say food supplies there have not yet run out.
What else? Might have expected this. Show me what you've done.
I know not what we will do. Our food stocks ran out long ago, save for one sack of onions. For a week we have each eaten a few bites of onions a day and nothing else. The children once detested onions, but now gobble their morsels greedily and suck on the skins. Soon our bag will be empty. We have no wood or fuel, and the snows keep falling. The mayor has been sending men door to door to hand out modest rations and a bit of wood from the lighthouse storeroom. But no one has come for days. I am not surprised the snow is piled nearly to the top of our windows. No one could get to our door. I'm afraid, so horribly afraid, that we will not outlast this winter. Winter is coming, I guess. As they say, winter is coming.
Took you a while? Did you run into trouble?
No. Just taking in the sights. What is this place? Feels like I've been here before.
You have. You fought Eredin's projection here. Before that, Ciri fought here. For you.
What are you talking about?
Ever wondered how you managed to leave the Red Riders?
Many times, but I don't remember a thing.
Ciri came for you. She sensed you were in danger, tore you from the Hunt's grasp, then deposited you in the woods near Kaer Morhen.
Did Eredin start hunting her because of that? Because of me? Why didn't she say anything?
What would it have changed?
Where are we? World of the Enel?
No. This is Ted Dara, the time of the end. The world destroyed by the White Frost. Alas, this awaits us all, though at differing stages of our existence.
So calm when you say that.
Eredin succumbed to his knowledge of the apocalypse. Fear rules him now. I'll not commit the same error.
Care to clarify?
Not here. Not now.
Going after Gels is proving quite a trek, but I still don't know why he's so important.
Eredin differs from the king he killed. Power for its own sake interests him. He has little patience for bureaucracy. He spends most of his time atop his steed, leading the Red Riders. So what does he need in the capital? A good viceroy. Gels is an excellent administrator and an even better plotter. He's the most dangerous individual amongst the NL.
He got any weaknesses?
Yes. He's righteous.
I was hoping we wouldn't get separated.
I warned you it could happen.
Where'd your journey take you?
Through a world whose sun had just died. I barely reached the next passage in time.
This is high risk.
Light on the peak. Was that you?
I thought it might aid your passage. After all, that is what lighthouses do. Show the way.
Doesn't look safe here either. Let's go.
This way.
Next passage. When will it open?
Shortly.
Might as well level up. Tirnalia, Viceroy Gil's palace.
At last.
This Tirnalia?
The Palace of Awakening, formerly the Moon Palace. Gel's headquarters.
Beautiful.
I'm glad to know you appreciate it. Elven architecture is a bit more sophisticated.
Oh, who's this? And why are they here?
I believe we're done for the day, my tulip. Be a dear and leave us alone. For I think we can agree this matter is between us and us alone, correct? Crevan of Spain, Coman Maka, and the Witcher of Rivia. Kepin. Do you like my new model? Something of Lara Doran about her, wouldn't you agree, Crevan?
Her height, perhaps. Nothing more.
I see I've touched a tender spot. So let's change the subject, shall we? Care for a drink?
Got any vodka? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you don't touch that filth, disgraceful as it is.
I must admit, you appearing here. Quite the surprise, Witcher. Incidentally, interesting, you think Avallac'h is honest with you? Just curious.
No, but honesty's not a facet of your species. So quit spewing bile. Won't gain you anything.
I detect a shadow of impatience in your faces, it seems. So what brings you here?
I've come to tell you who killed our king.
You've gone through a great deal of trouble to reach me. So I must believe you've put equal effort into preparing this lie.
You shall see the truth. You will dream it.
You've been a neuromancer. My intuition was correct. This will be interesting.
Alright, this is...
Better believe it. This way, please.
Witcher Geralt, a true man of action. Might I know where we're going?
To the world of the Yen Shay. Directly this time.
Let's go, before any guards show up.
Picasso. Gonna be cutting it close on the time here because I've got 11:25 here, 11:30. I want to stop the stream so I can get ready to make it into work. So I'm hoping this gets me to a freedom spot and an autosave, and I'll be ending the stream there.
I take it I needn't introduce our guest.
Greetings, Cyril. So it's true. The swallow has befriended the fox.
There's naught you can do to make us turn on one another.
Avallac'h blackmailed you. Do you not remember? Tried to force you to warm our king's bed. Treated your body like a side of pork.
I remember. But I also remember what you advised Eredin do with me once I was caught. And I remember what the Red Riders did at Kaer Morhen.
I didn't come here to argue. The proof you promised, where is it?
You will see it in your dream.
Ah, yes. The Oneiromancer. Visions that cannot be fabricated. Do you wish to show me how Eredin murdered our king? What then? Am I to incite the NL against Eredin? Call for revolution? And proclaim Avallac'h our new king?
You'll do what you want. If you decide to continue serving the regicide, so be it. Wouldn't even be surprised.
Very well. Have your oracle summon dreams of my king's last moments.
We shall all dream them, to make certain there are no misunderstandings.
Why not?
poisoned, right? I guess he was drinking out of bed.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
You must face him on your terms. In this world. In a place of your choosing. It's your only chance. Sail to Skellige and find the Sunstone. With it, you will summon the Naga Fair. Eredin will come too. Should he call for reinforcements, no NL will answer.
You have done the thing most just. A new portal to Tir na Liar will open. I shall stabilize it and you will return. Come with me.
Well, it looks like things are turning in our favor. And here we are, right at 11:30.
Just as well. Could have been bluffing. Might have just said that so we'd let him go. Damn it, we should have pressed him.
Calm down. Avalok knows him better. We'll hear him out when he returns.
Speak of the devil.
Geralt's worried. He believes we let Gels go too easily.
Can never be too careful.
Agreed. Yet I do believe Gels will keep his word. Withhold support from Eredin.
Seems to me you have a plan. Care to share it with us?
Once we find the Sunstone, aided by your sorceresses and their magic, we shall draw Eredin's ship to a bay along the coast of Undvik. We will wait in ambush, lay a trap. When the King of the Hunt arrives, we will spring it and kill him.
Just like that?
Defeating Eredin will be no small feat, but we will accomplish it. Find the sorceresses of the Lodge, and we'll meet at the port. Then we sail to Skellige.
Couldn't help it. Grew curious about this little matter you have to resolve.
When I was last in Novigrad, I had my share of troubles.
So I heard.
A few people helped me then. Others, not so much. Now I mean to repay them both. Coming with?
Love to accompany you, but I gotta do something first.
In that case, I'll await you there. The market in Gildorf.
Through time and space. Ah, what I wouldn't give to see with my own eyes what Geralt saw in the worlds he traversed. Yet most intriguing of all seemed the world of the Ain-El, the endpoint of Geralt and Avalok's journey, to behold the glories of this ancient elven civilization. But alas, fate granted this privilege not to a poet but to a witcher, who returned not with pans to the distant world's beauty, but with a general of the Wild Hunt, one of named Gales. I must be fair, however, and state that the general proved useful. Avalok decided to bet all on the ace he had tucked up his sleeve. With the help of the dreamer Corrine Tilly, he proved to Gils that Eredin had killed Oberon, the erstwhile king of the Ain-El and the object of Gils' undying devotion. Confronted by this revelation, Gils could hardly return to business as usual. He struggled internally for some moments before revealing the one way Geralt and the friends could hope to defeat Eredin and company. They would have to battle Eredin and the Hunt in their own world and on their own terms. The first step to use the Sunstone to summon the Naglfar A plan of action was devised. Geralt, Ciri, the sorceresses, and Avallac'h would sail to Skellige to find the stone, while Zoltan and I would stay behind in Novigrad to keep the hearth fires burning and secure our friend's return. And let's see, now that... I'm supposed to follow Cirilla to where? I forgot where she said. There we go. So I gotta help her during the daylight. I'm gonna have to end the stream here though. It's already 11:35. I went about 5 minutes over, but pretty good timing to say the least. So this is gonna be the end of episode number 4 of the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt playthrough. Act 3, tying up loose ends. And today is what? Wednesday? Tomorrow I have the whole evening off, so I'll come back tomorrow and we'll spend another hour and a half in Act 3 and move the story forward. So catch you there. Peace out.